This is my second ride on the XPeak, Lectric XPeak 2.0. I took it for a ride out to Harvey's Lake. It was all paved road, so I just wanted to do something nice and easy, see how the bike worked. So I'm heading now towards the Back Mountain Trail, which is going to be a mix of some roads and then rails to trail. So within about 10 minutes I'll be at the Back Mountain Trail. So right now this is all basically a downhill, slight downhill. As you can see, I'm getting up to about 28 miles an hour. I'm on pedal assist 5 and gear 8. I picked up this mirror from an Amazon returns store, and it doesn't really work for this bike. It doesn't stick out far enough. You might be able to see in the mirror my shoulder is kind of in the way. I have to kind of move my body to see out of the mirror. If the on button for the bike wasn't right next to it, it might be able to move enough to the left in order to work okay, but it won't work for me on this bike. Right here, I'm going to start going downhill, so you'll see me pick up speed, and I get it up to about 34 miles an hour. Now this again is pedal assist 5, gear 8. We're coming up to another downhill. I don't get up as fast as the last one. This is a longer, it's not as steep, but it's a long downgrade. I get up to like 29. So this part of the road, this sole straightaway that we were just going down the hill and everything, is part of the Back Mountain Trail. It doesn't actually turn into the rails to trails until the turn up ahead here. So right here you turn down, and now you're actually on our old rails to trails. And then this extends out and then comes back out again onto another road. And then you go up a set of steps, and then you're back on the trail again. So it's not completely joined together, but still a nice ride. Here we're coming out to Harris Hill Road. The bridge is closed here for repairs. It's been closed now for over a year, maybe a year and a half, I'm not sure. So then there's a tiny little conjoining section of trail, gravelly type trail just along the highway here. Then we come back out onto a road and we'll head up the steps. So here on the steps, this bike is pretty heavy. That's one downfall of it. And normally I would just carry the bike up, but you walk it up those little ramps. They have little ramps there. There's 2 flights, and then there's 3 more flights that I can ride up on the left side. There's room, so this is the 3rd one here, and now you're back on the trail. And to get up those hills there next to the steps, I had that in pedal assist 5 and gear 3 down from gear 8. Coming up ahead here is a little bit of some rough areas with some rocky dips and some gravel and parts of railroad ties. I'll take it onto an even more mountainous trail on another ride. This is just to kind of get a feel for the bike and just do something on it. I will say the oversized tires and the shock on the forks, and I also got the upgraded shock absorbing seat post. All of that makes the ride pretty smooth. I've never ridden with a shock absorber seat post before, and I've never ridden a fat bike. So all those together make a pretty smooth ride, even for some of those bumpier areas. Coming up here on the left, there's kind of a mountain bike type trail. It goes over a little thing of flowing water with some rocks, and then goes uphill, and there's some dips and some rocks and that kind of thing. So it did pretty well here. I got caught up on this a little bit, but it went up pretty easily. The assist was fine. I had on pedal assist 5, and I think I put it onto gear 3 again, just to be sure I didn't want to get stuck. You have to watch the clearance for the sprocket. That's why I took it slow over that log. All of my manual mountain bikes have a bash guard, which is an aluminum ring around your front sprocket that you can hit against logs or rocks without breaking the teeth on your sprocket.
I couldn't get this one.
So at the bottom of this hill, I stopped for a break, and I had the bike standing up on the side of the trail, and it was soft, and the kickstand sunk into the muddy grass, and the bike fell over, and the control panel popped off of the base. So I didn't have any way to keep it on there. It wouldn't snap back on and stay on. It kept falling off. So I had to get a soft tape measure that I had in my fanny pack and tie it around there to keep it on. So that's what's on there right now. I called Lectric on it, and they said that they've had other reports of that happening, so they sent me a new control panel. So the next ride that I do, I'll have the new control panel on, and that'll be a ride at Francis Slocum Park. I have that video already up. I put that up first, so you can watch that if you want to see what Francis Slocum Park looks like. coming up, we've got the trailhead in Luzerne on Perry Street, and that's where I got to turn around. But you'll see as I'm coming down here that the brakes work pretty well. I stopped pretty quickly.
It's like a sleety rain.
I didn't record the whole way back because it's pretty much nothing exciting happening. But I got the beginning here over by the steps, going down the steps, and then the hill going out of the Back Mountain Trail and up to the paved road that leads the rest of the way home. As I'm going up that hill out of the trail, I got an error on the bike, which because the voltage was too low. So for the assist that I was calling for, so I was on pedal assist 5 and probably gear 1 or 2. Here we are here. I didn't even notice that it errored out while I was riding because I was concentrating on going up the hill. I did notice though that it seemed like there wasn't much assist, if any. So I don't even know if there was or not. I would assume there wasn't if the error message came up.
Welcome to northeastern Pennsylvania, where it's sunny and rainy or sleety and windy and kind of warm but kind of cold.
Now that I was back on the road, I put the gear back up to 8 and I'm still on pedal assist 5. But this is an uphill here, and as I was trying to make it up the hill here, it was going down to 40 volts, and eventually it errored out with that E006 message again. But once you stop, the message would go away. So I wasn't quite sure if I'd be able to still use the assist or not. And what I found out, I continued up the hill with no assist, but then later on I found out that I can put it on pedal assist 2, and then I used gear 2, and that made it easier to climb the hills because there's hills all the way back home. So I'd used pedal assist 2 and gear 2. As you can see also, it had rained and the sun's out and it's cold or warm or something. This is an uphill here. It's not real steep, but it's steep enough, and I'm struggling a little bit here on pedal assist 0 because I still wasn't sure if I would be able to use the assist. So I struggled up this hill, and it was doable. If you don't have a lot of strength in your legs, you might not be able to get up there. But now this is continuing to be uphill, and it even gets steeper. So I put it on pedal assist 2 and made it up that hill. That's the hill that I had gone down at 30 something miles an hour. And this is all uphill. Now this road here is not steep, but it's an upgrade like a rails to trails. So I think I put the pedal assist down to 0 on some parts of this where it was a kind of a flatter area. I had a little bit of battery power left and was able to use the pedal assist as I made it up the little bit of a hill to my driveway. Overall, I had the first ride that I did, which was around Harvey's Lake, from the house out to Harvey's Lake. That was 20.2 miles, and today's ride was 10.41 miles, so that's 30.6 miles on a single charge. So it's far from, I think the rating on it is 50 miles for one charge. It is the long range battery also. But with all of the hills and riding on pedal assist 5 with gear 8, that's calling for a lot of battery power. So I'll do further rides and try pedal assist 3 the whole time and see how much more distance I can get out of the battery.